Hey, what's up, you awesome traders from the internet? What is going on? Hope you guys had a great day, a better day than me. Um, it wasn't a night. I mean, it wasn't a. It was an okay day. I wish everybody have a great day because the opportunity was there, and we're gonna talk about that, and then talk about what we're looking at going into tomorrow. But first, let me say this because I see this way too much. I see it way too much. All right. Don't stop, quit, or surrender. If you start, you're not going to stop. Everything that you run into is going to be so easy for you to quit if it's not coming easy. Okay. Trading is tough because it's going to be worth it. You're going to have to fight for this. Okay, you're gonna have to fight for this like you've never fought for anything in your life before. But it will be worth it. But you're gonna have to suck it up, accept the fact that the reason why you probably aren't doing well is your mindset and focus on fixing it. Now, on my YouTube channel, I've got a free program called the Trader's Mindset. If you follow it and you do the things you're supposed to do, you can reset your mind and develop the right mindset to be a day trader or any type of trader. It's free, you don't have to pay for anything. But don't quit. Don't give up. Don't surrender to the market. All right, because once you start, it's going to be hard to stop and it's going to be very easy. All right, the 30% off no fee activation is still live. Okay, it's still live. While it's still live, this is when, if you haven't started yet and you want to try this prop firm, I'm gonna tell you, most traders, most successful traders that I've known for years that have gone and switched to trading with prop firms, trading futures, say this is the number one prop firm. No, it's not the cheapest, but you get what you pay for with these discount brokers. It's the little bit more I pay is worth not having to worry about whether my payout's going to be approved because of some obscure or rule or some rule change that happened and I didn't know about. I don't have to worry about that. I know my payout's going to come within the time frame that they lay out. And it's only gone to the max time frame once. And that's when we had a lot of people make a lot of money on the first tariff deal, but it's great. You got to use code AJT66 to get both the 30% off and the activation fees waived. Okay, that's worth $130. So going when you pass the test, going to pro, it's free. You don't have to pay anything anymore. You don't have to pay any renewal fees or anything. So once you pass, that's it. Okay, that's it. All right. So other good thing that I like, you get, day one you qualify for payouts. You don't have to wait 5 or 10 days, 7 days. You got 24-hour live support, albeit very slow right now because they had exponential growth and they're focusing on making sure payouts get done. So I like that part. I can understand and I'll deal with having to wait a while if I need live support because their focus 100% is on making sure these payouts come out on time and all that good stuff. There's no cap on withdrawals, no daily loss limit. If you do happen to lose your account, one time I accidentally left a, a order on, and it hit right before the market closed. One of the rules that you break that you can lose your account is if you have an open position when the market closes at 5. I did it. It was by accident. Wiped out all 5 of my accounts. Um, so I could just pay the reset fee. It is substantial, but you think about, I paid the reset fee and had made it all back and then some the end of the first day. So it's worth it. All right, and then they will move you to, live funded accounts. Sometimes they give you the option if you want to do it. Like when I first got the option, I did not want to do it. I didn't feel I was ready. I wanted to stay where I was for a bit. But somebody told me they don't do that anymore. But that's been a while back, so I don't know. But the number one broker, guys, number one prop firm, you don't want to miss out. So if you want to join and you get 5 test accounts, because the max pro accounts you can have is 5. You can get paid out of all 5 accounts at the same time. But if you get 5 accounts, and you're not a member, you can join in for free on the live feed every day. I try to keep it up 24 hours a day. Sometimes the internet hiccups while I'm asleep or whatever, and I have to reset it when I wake up. But I try to run it 24 hours a day, the live feed, because whenever there's a trade op, I'm going to jump on it. If it's 3:30 in the morning and I wake up and there's a trade op, I'm taking it. And if you guys are up, depending on what part of the world you're on, you'll be able to see it. But it's only for Take Profit Trader, because the way I trade, the rules, it probably won't work with these other crazy brokers and the crazy rules that they have. So there's like three major rules here that's really, really simple, and you can't beat it. So let's quickly look at the day this morning. Okay, I didn't draw the no man's land because it basically fell in between the opening range high and the opening range low. So it broke out, pulled back. This was the buy spot. Here's a sell. Here's a buy again. Here's a sell. Here's another buy. I don't know where the hell I sold it the last time. But I didn't really trade this well. I didn't trade this well going up. This should have been a massive trade. I'm not a long trader. And because I'm not a long trader, I have trouble holding. And, I'm a short bias. But you could see everything was kind of working around the cam pivots here. And never did make it to R4 today. Never could get the R4, but still pretty good. Then I tried to short it coming here. I did try to short here thinking that it was going to come back. That's what it was. I shorted here, and it just didn't want to sell out, so I ended up bailing out right here just before break even. But here I shorted it, got this, shorted it again, got a little piece. But it just wasn't going to sell off today. Wasn't going to sell off. And then on golds, that really is what, worked out pretty good. Here's pre-market. When we started to sell off, I caught this. And then, caught another one here, but then it bounced. Ended up, getting taken out at break even after I took some profit. And then here we went again, shorted it. got some profit here, shorted it again, and then I kind of played with it, trying to go long. Then I shorted it up here, off of this, retesting the 5 minute opening range low, but didn't really do much. I bought here, but again, I just I just can't hold it. Now it did come back, so me taking profit here seemed like the smart thing to do, because it really didn't do anything after that. But I still think I bailed out because of my inability to like hold longs. That's just a weakness that I have that I'm going to work on. All right, so looking at today, looking at the S&P today, look at where we're at. We're running into this 59.93.50 daily level. We've got another daily level right here at 60.1789. But I think if we're going to continue to show strength, we should be able to get through these and potentially test 60.50s tomorrow. But that's what I'm going to be looking at throughout the night. Probably trading between these levels. And then, if everything looks good, we'll be ready to take on this tomorrow. If not, we've got to pull back here. Or we may just get an inside candle. May want to rest. Who knows? But we just wait and just trade what the market gives us. But it's just as simple as that. That's basically all we're looking for. Oh yeah, it could come down. It may not come all the way down, but just depending on what a 20 is, it could pull back to the 20 to kind of build up for another big run up. So we're going to be looking for that tomorrow. On gold, you can see it basically did what we were looking for yesterday, last night, off the 20. It actually, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong day. That was last week. But you could see what it did today. We were looking at it potentially pulling back from last night, or we could go up. So we knew where the targets were. And those were the targets that I used in our trades. So here we are today. We are in between these two daily pivots. So right now is no time to trade. So I would not start looking at this until we got through this 33.84 level. That's when I would look, that's when I would kind of start looking at this. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight, going late night, going into tomorrow morning. I'm going to be watching to see where this ends up around 9 o'clock, kind of give me an idea of what we could potentially do. I think the market is kind of numb to the trade news and all of this. That all of the trade deals are falling apart. Look, there were no deals on the table to start with. I think people realize that. I think they've come to their senses and realized that, hey, nobody has talked to anybody about anything. So it's kind of numb to that now. But we are still dealing with supply shortages a little bit. From the earlier scares. But I think we'll work ourselves through that and continue to make some noise here. So S&Ps, again, this is what we're looking at. And yeah, those of you that trade the NASDAQ, 100 futures. That's great. I just don't trade that. I started trading the S&Ps. Kind of got comfortable with that, so I stick with it. I make my living doing that. So that's gonna wrap it up. You know what we're looking for this evening from the daily chart, and what we're gonna be looking at tomorrow. Those of you that come in the morning, I'll go back over it in the morning right before the open, and we'll see if we can have a better day. My day, I chopped my day up. I made money, but I could have made twice as much if I hadn't chopped my trades up to the long side. But like I said, that's something that some days I have that issue, and I just have to deal with it. Recognize it and don't know how to handle it, and don't mess it up. So you guys have a good one, and I will catch you tomorrow.